Yeah, it was good.
And we live, we live. What's happening, everybody? What's
Oh,
good?
we're live already. I'm
Yeah.
good. Just
Um, Today we talking One Piece chapter 860 and predictions. Um, Last chapter we got the dialogue or the information about Big Mom. From what I'm hearing, this chapter is going to be dialogue heavy as well. Yonko, what do you
yeah,
think is going to happen, man?
yeah. Honestly, if I had to guess, make a prediction, it's
Yeah,
gonna play into. So with 859, we got a lot about Luffy's side and their plans with regards to how they're gonna handle this ambush and taking out Big Mom. And I think with
yeah,
860, I think we might see Big Mom's side of the plan and how she plans on, taking care of like the wedding. If she's got anything planned, obviously, because she has to take out the Vinsmokes. The situation with Sanji,
yeah.
we might see some of that. Pudding, she's a bit sus to me, and 859 kind of ominously ended, with her, with the
Right.
spotlight on her. So I reckon we might get more insight into how she's gonna be playing into the larger picture with regards to the the wedding and everything. So overall, that's where
Yeah.
I'm thinking the story is gonna go, and then by the end of the chapter, I'm guessing it's just gonna converge where you'll have. I think 860 will end where you'll have all the guests arrive for the wedding, and Luffy and Capone are about to like make them move. You know what I mean? Like
Now
all
I
set.
see that. Now I see that.
Yonko Productions.
Yeah,
Did
was
you get the
good.
A and B's I sent you on Twitter?
You sent me no. Yeah, you trying to pull us. You ain't sent me no heavy.
He went straight to it.
All right, so what I think is gonna happen, I didn't get a lot of time to think about it or whatever, but I think that like when this is all over,
Hmm?
it's gonna still be about like maybe 15 minutes until the tea party, like 20 minutes. Like they're gonna drag it on for one more chapter, I think.
Right.
Like not that this chapter is gonna be boring. Like this chapter is gonna be a great chapter too. But I think that we're not gonna see the the tea party start. I think there's gonna be like a little bit more time when this chapter's
Yeah,
over.
I mean, because last chapter said there was about 3 hours, right, to go,
Yeah, or 2 hours
Yeah.
and a half, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
something
Two and
like that,
a half.
right? So if it's about 2 hours, then I can assume by the end of next chapter that we're gonna have guests coming, because you want to arrive early to fucking Big Mom's.
That's
My bad
true.
if I'm not allowed to swear,
Yeah, true. It
but
was already it was
No,
already
no, no,
one
no.
family that came, or
We
like
can
one
swear.
guest that
We can
came.
swear here. We can
we
swear.
Disney or what?
Yeah, no,
Ah,
we
yeah.
ain't Disney here. We're not Disney here.
Stop
Fair,
smiling.
fair.
Oh yeah,
You
so
hear me?
it was already that one guest that came, or that one family. So I could see the guests starting to come in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
and
something
Yeah,
it'll
coming.
be
because
interesting. It'll be interesting if
because
what you said comes true, YP. Because like think about it this way: if we got Capone and Luffy's side of the story last chapter, we get Big Mom's side of the story this chapter. But what's interesting
Yeah.
about it is that at the middle towards I think it was the middle of the chapter last week, we saw the Vinsmokes and Ichigi was saying, "Oh wait, I forgot to tell you guys something," but then he didn't say what he was going to tell them. So if we don't get that this chapter, that means that the Vinsmokes is confirmed for pretty much that they're planning something or they have more information than we think. Because why
Ah,
else would Oda
yeah,
just hide that?
yeah, because
yeah, yeah, that makes sense because we haven't, for the most part, the Vinsmoke they've been like acting like they don't know anything, like they're oblivious, like they're just gonna walk into a trap, and we don't. Nobody really believes that. And Oda, I guess he's throwing us a bone, saying, "Hey, just in case you guys think they don't know anything, there's something that they're planning as well. So just look out for that." So I can
yeah,
see that happening too. I can definitely see that happening. I see someone asking, "Do
and
we think Blackbeard is going to crash the tea party?" Yeah, I don't think Blackbeard is going to be at the tea party.
Neither.
I
yeah,
Oh, another thing too.
The
Did
Vince Smoke's finding out and shit.
Big Mom woke
go
up?
ahead.
Big Mom woke up last chapter, so I think that she's gonna. I don't think they could hide the mess ups that they did from Big Mom this whole chapter. So I think somewhere in the chapter she finds out that like Opera let them go or something.
Oh, you think in the midst of the chapter she finds out?
Yeah. That things is going wrong.
Do you think
I
Big
mean-
Mom and her family we're gonna see as far as okay, we know that the Straw Hats they're free and they're planning something. Do you think we're gonna see like Smoothie and those guys say, okay, this is what we have to do so Big Mom doesn't find out, or they just
Yeah.
I was just
Definitely
about
my
to
door
say
and
this.
Smoothie.
yeah,
That either Big Mom finds out what Opera did
yeah,
wrong, or because even with Mount Door and with Smoothie trying to cover it up, I feel like they're gonna try to cover it up, but they're gonna mess up, and that was gonna be even a bigger mess. And Big Mom's gonna either wake up to like a mess, like
right. So they gotta.
that all could have been fixed if they just would have told Big Mom, like, you know, Opera let them escape, what to do from here.
What I was thinking is that is it too late for them to tell Big Mom? Because if they tell Big Mom like 2 hours before the wedding, you know everything we told you before. Case the Straw Hats are free. You know, probably there's a plan against you. There's all this that's going on right before the wedding. I don't think Big Mom is going to sit down and do that.
Yeah,
I think that'll
right
actually
now
be more
it's late.
dangerous. I think that'll actually be
But
more
you
dangerous because if Big Mom, like, if that information gets to Big Mom, she'll pay attention more to Capone, what he's doing, because he has security detail or whatever. And if he lets things go wrong, that'll draw more attention to what is going on with Capone, and then she might figure out the plan if she doesn't already know a little bit earlier than what they wanted to.
Yeah. Hey,
You know
shout out
what
to the
I
Raven.
find interesting?
$5. Shout out to the Raven with a $5 donation. It's popping, bro. But go ahead.
Yeah, shout out to him. Yeah, you know what I find interesting is how at the beginning of the arc we saw Big Mom as this really a person who focused a lot on intelligence, and she knew when the Straw Hats came, she knew their whereabouts, she knew every step they made, and now we're at a point in the story where she's oblivious to all these things that they're doing. I find that like there's a big contrast between that, and I don't really know if I believe that Big Mom is 100% oblivious to what's really going on. Because if she was able to monitor Luffy to that regard, what's to say that she doesn't really know what's going on with
Very
Jinbei
true.
or what's going on with Capone, And she might as well be factoring all of that into her plan, and we might end up with like I reckon there's a big twist coming through.
Yeah, I'd said
with Big Mom, because
I was
I
thinking
just
that
don't
that
see
Big
her
Mom
being this ignorant.
No,
yeah, I was saying the same thing. That there's no way. What were you saying, Tom?
that I agree with him that like she was sharp when this arc first started. She's not as sharp anymore at the moment.
It's like a huge drop off. It's like a complete like turnaround where she's just acting like nothing is going on and she's just oblivious. Even with the Brooke thing, I think she knows that it's not Brooke, but she's like, whatever. I don't care about it right now. I think she knows.
Well, that's the whole feeling with the entire point period. Like, yeah, for sure. But like that's like the whole thing that. But like I agree with you guys. It's probably the author who's doing this on purpose to show us that Big Mom doesn't really care with all the things that are going on because it's the wedding. She's gonna have fun. She's gonna have her cake and shit. But I think especially with next chapter, we're gonna get the reveal of all the guests coming with the guests with each other as well as with Big Mom's people. I think we're gonna get that, and I do agree that we might get the reveal with Mount Door. Or no, I think it's Mondor, or who Opera, I think it was, who like whenever the prison break happened, he's probably gonna like either inform Big Mom, or Big Mom's gonna like reveal or like push her wrath against him, kill him or do something really really drastic, and then act like nothing happened and continue on with the wedding. But I don't think Big Mom's gonna allow anything at all to stop it, because especially in the next chapter, I really feel like, and this is like my theory, I want to see if I get it wrong in the next chapter, I feel like Cracker's gonna come back. And we're really, really, really going to get the whole, like, we're going to get a strong picture of how strong Big Mom's setup is going to be, contrast to what the plan that we have is. I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to start setting up how Big Mom's going to have her defenses and shit.
Yeah, I can see that happening. As far as Capone, though, I've seen a lot of videos about Capone as far as his plan. I think we left off last week where people were back and forth as far as, like, is his plan trash or not? How do you guys feel about it now after like a week? Do you still think it's trash? Or do you think it's just this is the best he can do because it's a Yonko?
No, it's definitely not the best he can do. Because Luffy and Law's plan was way better with Doflamingo, so it's like you should be able to at least put more thought into it.
It depends.
There's a lot of things that you have to take into. It's going to be really really difficult for anybody to
Wait,
like
Grim-
actually.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask. Is that just Grim Mike, or is that the
Wait,
whole
Grim.
stream chopping up?
Yeah, I think it's
dropping
Grim.
out. Gonna be dropping out a little bit. Wait, let me
Yeah.
ask Mondo. Wait, Mondo, bro.
Later, y'all. I'm gonna come back
All
later.
right.
Be straight.
All right, bro.
Wait,
Counting
Lance.
is after.
Lance, you here?
Yeah,
What's good? Wait. So, what do you think about Capone's plan?
it's trash.
Why do you think it's trash?
It's not gonna work. I mean, pretty much on the bandwagon that it's destined to fail. But I mean, it's not gonna work.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna work just for the based on the story. But what better plan could he have come up with? Like based on everything that they're in enemy territory, what better plan could Capone have come up with that includes the Straw Hats at that point?
Well, my biggest gripe about the plan is that, oh, you can go, Lance. Go ahead, Lance.
Oh, I don't have no answer for that. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, my biggest gripe with the plan is not that there's not. It's more that it's the gas, because the gas, it seems like there's a possibility that that's going to be a huge failure. You know, it's not like you're going against a human. You're going against somebody who's more than that, and it's like even though gas weapons in One Piece actually have been very useful every time, but it's like, I mean, I get that they only have 5 seconds and there's not much that they can do because she's going to have all her forces there.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that you're putting all your attack, into the gas, doesn't make sense.
But I mean, it's like here's the thing. If it was a plan, right? A bunch of different alternative routes, and it's like, oh, even if this happens, we can still take her down. Even if this happens, we can still take her down. It's like, damn, you can do all that and still take down a Yonko. Like, we'd look at it weird in that situation. So I was
just about to say that like,
yeah.
I understand they don't have plan D and plan like other options and stuff, but it's like, I don't think having other options is realistic in this situation. So like, I think what Capone said is good, that like, if this works out, I can take her out in 5 seconds. If it doesn't, we have 0% chance. Like, say like if he had a bunch of backup plans to where like, let's say he had 7 scenarios that if the first plan didn't work out, he could take out Big Mom. Big Mom must be a scrub then for all of that. You're gonna try to say? So like, I like the plan the way that it is. And when I think about the plan next to Law's plan, right? Because they said that they had Law said he had like a 30% chance of beating Kaido, right?
Yep.
Now, but Law's plan, he doesn't have we could beat Kaido in 5 seconds kind of thing.
He doesn't have inside man as well.
Yeah, true. But see, like, Law has a 30% chance, right? While Capone has he can get rid of this in 5 seconds. But if it doesn't work, his percentage turns into 0%. So his is more like a risk. His is like bigger risk, bigger reward. But Law's plan isn't over 50%. So it's like it's a Yonko. What could you do? I don't think his plan is trash.
I mean, like the way I see the plan is, I don't necessarily think like it's a horrible plan. I just think the way that Oda like conveyed it in the story means that it's definitely not gonna succeed. Cause like right now he's told us everything. And by telling us, by putting all your cards on the table, you're obviously expecting a twist. Because if it just goes the way, Oda put it out there, then, like, there's no satisfaction out of that. Like, imagine reading a chapter where you have Big Mom, she gets shot by the poison, then she does the scream, and on top of that, they're using earplugs with her scream.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like, how do you expect that to stop, Big Mom from knocking you all out? Like, at best, I would say it's, flimsy at best. But, it like, at least there's a strategy in place, going, step by step,
Yeah,
Bro, it would be funny. It would be funny.
There's an actual way to take it down. Like, even with Dofi, it was kind of like, all right, we're just gonna wing it, and hopefully, like, we can pull through. And a lot of things had to happen there for it to work. With Capone, he's like, if this happens, she's gonna fall. I mean, it's like he has a lot of faith in the rocket launchers, but he still has a plan.
I think the plan might not work.
and like makes the 5 seconds last for like 8 chapters.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say that like y'all are underestimating the 5 seconds. Like a lot could go down, especially with like Oda focusing on it. It doesn't have to last for 8 chapters though, but he could like really that 5 seconds could be like 45% of a chapter or something like that. He could really stretch.
Yeah. Especially
I
like
mean, how long did he stretch that 5 minutes in Dressrosa for? That felt like ages.
It was a bunch of chapters. It was a bunch of chapters.
Yeah.
Because Dofi had a full fight, right? He had a full fight with like Viola. He had a dialogue with like Rebecca. Yeah, it was a bunch of chapters.
I mean, if you think about it,
pretty much.
there was
And,
like,
I mean,
in Hunter x Hunter, they had like those 5 seconds during the Chimeran arc where everything was going mad, and it was like
Everything was
whole
going slow.
episode.
Yeah.
And they basically pinpointed every person's like thought. Every person's thought. It was a different panel. So
Tagashi's on a different level. We can't even like compare the two. Just when it comes to pacing, shit.
I mean,
So, like, I feel
the
like
guy had 2 years to that out. Yeah.
2 years.
like
So
the plan might not work as is, but I think that plan, like them trying that plan, is gonna lead to stuff that will work. So like it's not gonna work 100% according to the plan that they have, but I think that like it'll trigger events that'll like help take Big Mom out. So it's almost like if I'm trying to rob somebody who's coming out who just came from the bank, and I'm like, yo, as soon as he opens the door coming out the bank, that's when you pull up on him and we're gonna rob him. So we might not succeed right there, but that in the mix of that commotion and with other obstacles coming in, we might get to rob the guy. So I think it's something like that where like, that's just to give them the confidence to initiate it. And then who knows if Germa helps, who knows if Crocodile's there, who knows if Luffy, other allies are there, who knows like the box blowing up, I feel like it's a lot of stuff. Big Mom kids turning on her, like it's a lot of stuff that could actually help them to where their plan wasn't all that, but they started it, and now that they started it and they can't turn back, I think they'll either if they don't have to kill Big Mom though, but either defeat her, kill her, or just do enough to where
Just
they
knock her out.
with Sanji and her family.
Do you guys see this like?
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, Taekwon, you brought up something pretty interesting there, that some of Big Mom's kids could turn on her, which I think some of them don't have complete allegiance to Big Mom. So
some of them already have, it seems like, where it's like they haven't. Yeah, like Praline, she's pretty much like, I'm riding with Aladdin, and we see how she feels about Big Mom. So we don't know where Pound is gonna come from, but Pound is not gonna be rocking with Big Mom, but he's gonna come back eventually.
What I was saying, in Matt B's stream is that with what's this guy's name, with Peckham's, is that at the same time he's making the best out of that situation. He it's not like he willingly went to join Big Mom's crew at first. They tried to steal a poneglyph, whatever. They got caught up, and he ended up staying. And at the same time, they killed what was his name, Zeppo.
Yeah.
So they still killed Zeppo. So like I could see in a mix of things, once he finds out that Luffy's helping, Jinbei's helping, Jinbei people saved him, I could see him, and Pedro's there, I could see him, working with Luffy and turning on Big Mom too.
I mean, we don't know if any of the kids have ambition, like Rio Fui.
I mean, the biggest issue with the kids is the fear of getting killed like Muscat.
Yeah, true. And what's his name? Opera, like he's so scared and everything. It's like I can see him turning. To me, he seems too scared to do anything. I can see him just dying a coward, but who knows? He might turn on Big Mom.
He's like, you're gonna kill me, so I'm gonna tell you guys how to get out of here. We gotta take me with you. Opera joins the crew.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yo, imagine we get Opera.
Opera just leaves like, nah, everything is my fault. I can't stay here, yo. I can't stay here. Like, nah, so wait, Ty, somebody asked a question earlier. Like it's totally off topic, but they donated $2 to answer this question. They say, Ty, in your opinion, who do you see joining the crew?
All right, so I'm gonna answer that. So who I think joining the crew, I think that Jinbei's gonna join the crew, and this other part is a little bit more tricky. So I want to say this. So I think Jinbei's gonna join the crew for sure, but I want Pedro to join the crew, and I think Pedro's gonna join the crew. But Pedro seems to be more stronger than what I thought at first. So I could see that like if we don't get Pedro, I think we get Carrot, but Pedro joins the like the fleet.
Yep, I agree with that.
Like I can see
And
Jinbei dying.
And well, I don't think Jinbei's dying, and I don't think Pedro's dying, because like the way from what I've read, he only has like 2 or 3 years left or something, maybe like 3 years left or something. And I could see that, like, I think Luffy's gonna become Pirate King within those next 3 years. So I could see Pedro, like, you know, maybe he only has like 4 months left, or he only has like 3 months left, but he lived to see Luffy become the Pirate King, and then he dies after. Like, I don't see him dying before. Oh, but another thing too is that, like, I think that Kinemon and the other guy, I think that they might join the crew too, if they don't just do like a samurai alliance.
What do you think about people like Reiju who are clearly like on our side ish? Like, what do you think they're gonna do afterwards? Because she's not meant to be with the Vinsmokes. Like, she's not made for that.
Well, it seems like Reiju, I think she's just gonna live life at this, like, after everything goes down. I mean, it depends on what happens, right? It depends on if, like, say Judge dies somehow and Ichiji takes over, and maybe she wants to support him because they're siblings. I don't know, but I don't think she leaves Germa. I think she feels like she was a part of them and she contributed to a lot of shit that they did, so she has to kind of suffer along with them. I feel like she.
Yeah. I mean, I understand.
And some people think that
saying that she wants them to die, she would die with them. But I mean, if she had the chance to leave that lifestyle, I think she would do it.
Now, son, live on the streets, die on the streets.
True, but at the same time, Luffy's still a pirate. So, like, you're gonna leave some assassins to go with pirates, and you think that's a happy ending? So I just don't see her leave. I don't.
People know the clear difference between pirates and the Straw Hats. You know the difference.
No, I know, but still, though, everything's not gonna be. Everything is not like, sometimes they have fun and everything, and it's an adventure, but everything is not always sweet all the time. Sometimes, you know, things happen and they got to get their hands dirty.
That's a baby brother.
I'm just saying, though.
It's a baby brother.
I don't see Reiju becoming a pirate. Like, completely. Like, she doesn't have the ambition, at least on the Straw Hat level. She doesn't seem like the person to have an ambition in terms of a goal type thing, you know. And even just and like with the Vinsmoke part of it, like, unless there's like a major reform, I don't even see how she fits in that well over there, you know.
But I feel like she seems like she's living in this, like, with this guilt, right? Where she's just like, you know, I have to go down with the ship. Like, I can't just leave it. Like, she even said that to Sanji. Like, I'm just, you know, I want everybody to die, and I want to die too. But if they manage to get out of this, I think she stays. I think she's gonna be one of those characters who are like, yo, you should just leave them. And she's like, no, I have to stay their family at the end of the day. And so I don't know.
That wouldn't make sense to me though. Like, if she knows that she doesn't want to be a part of that life and that she's guilty from it, then why would she continue when she's at the moment that she's given the option to leave? Why would she continue?
Because she's already done stuff. She's already done stuff in, like, the name of Germa. So at this point, she feels like her hands are dirty, you know?
I know, but all right. So say if I sent you to rob like 10 shops, right? And then one day I died, so you don't have to rob shops for me no more. But then you decide to do it anyway. That's on you. Like, you wouldn't then continue to rob shops, would you? You would stop doing it because I'm not there forcing you to do it no more. Do you get what I mean?
Right, but if I leave and stop robbing shops, my brother's going to continue to rob shops. So I have to stay until I completely change Germa so that no more shops are robbed. I think that's like how.
Yeah, I can hear it.
And the other thing to keep in mind is that when this arc first started, she wasn't depressed like that. It's like all of a sudden now she's all depressed. She don't care. She want to die. But she wasn't like that when the arc first started. So it's a chance that she can, when this is all over, she can get her confidence back and she wants to live again. Just like Robin. It happened with Robin.
She's going to get inspired in some way. She's going to have to get inspired in some way. Maybe when Sanji comes back, because she told Sanji to go, he had everything set where he could leave. So she's like, you know, my brother came back for me. I have a new reason to live. I mean,
yeah, true.
Hopefully it's not like another like Straw Hat type moment like that, but she's gonna get some inspiration from somewhere.
And then people think that Judge is gonna turn down Sanji's and Luffy's help, but I don't see him turning down that help. Like, earlier in the arc, Judge was like, "Oh, it's the infamous Straw Hat Luffy, and these guys are mythical. They're like mythical villains, and they're like assassins." And you see Vito looks up to them. It's like, you know, bad is good. So when Judge is like, "Yo, the infamous Straw Hat Luffy," if Luffy's telling him that, you know, Big Mom has this plan, and it's like it's similar to like Impel Down, where like they're not in a position to turn down any help. Nobody is, because this is a Yonko. So I see them working together. So I don't think there's gonna be any friction between like Germa and Luffy and Sanji working together, and even Capone. So I think when this is all over, Germa will be at peace, Luffy and Sanji will be at peace, and Reiju could leave with her family, on good terms.
Yeah, I have a thought about that, but I'll talk about that another time. As far as like the Vinsmoke and how they're gonna react once Luffy says, "I'm here to save you." Like
the interesting part of the previous chapter was also that I don't know if people noticed, but when they're showing the Vinsmokes, you have the German soldiers who are like, "Oh, we weren't able to get into the castle, so we're not going to be able to attend."
Yeah. So we don't need to go, huh?
Pretty much. And they're like, "Do we even need bodyguards?" And like,
that's silly.
You can already tell that Big Mom's planning to screw up the Vinsmokes and shit. So like, even then,
intentionally letting it happen. They're like, "Oh yeah, we don't need bodyguards. We're good. We're good." Like, I mean, they can't be that dense, yo. They can't be that oblivious.
No, yeah, like I get what you're saying though, but like when I read that, part of it seemed like they was being sarcastic though. Like they got it, like they got a plan, they just not saying it. So like
I see that as well. That's what I'm saying. The Vinsmoke, they're like, "No, it's fine. Because you have to come. We're gonna have some way to get you in anyway, so it's fine. We'll play along."
Yeah, because check this out. The homies are around. So say if they was like, we know they're not allowed security, but we're gonna break in there anyway. The homies would hear it and they would start countermeasures. So I feel like just to like play dumb, they said all that stuff out loud, like saying the obvious plan, but they're gonna do the reverse.
Yo, but can I bring up something real quick about the Vinsmokes? Yo, when are we gonna figure out the connection between Vergo and the Vinsmoke show?
I don't know.
Is there even a connection?
I really think
if there is any.
I really think there's a connection, but I maybe Oda never touches it. Honestly, like I don't think
crazy though, because he looks just like them, and that was
they look just alike. I mean, the soldiers look just like Vergo. And
they could be based on him.
Oda has been known to do same face, so.
Yeah, I've always thought that he was like the Boba Fett of the Vinsmokes.
Yeah, but it's like the Vergo, North Blue ties, Germa, North Blue. It's like it would make sense if Oda can tie it.
It's too close to home for them not to do it.
Yeah, it just makes too much sense for him not to say, "Hey, Vergo was like an escapee, like one of the brothers broke one of the canisters or something early."
Oh yeah. The only thing to me is that like I thought about that a lot, and and Vergo never showed any like he knew Sanji, like he knew the Vinsmokes. A lot of them look the same, so he seemed like Sanji was a stranger to him. So I don't think he has. Because it's like it's no way it's like if they're made after Vergo, he should know about Judge and about Sanji brothers. I feel like, but he didn't seem to know Sanji at all when they met.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, Sanji isn't somebody that the Vinsmokes really talked about in the first place.
No, but I mean, like he should have seen some type of resemblance with the eyebrows, with the hair. Remember, Germa, even though they don't like Sanji, and I like this part, they still call him what they call him, like Master Sanji, or they call him like they still treat him with the
soldiers show him respect.
Yeah, they still treat him with the most respect.
I guess the thing where like we have the metal sticking to him and the food and all that stuff, so it's like, and then he has like this super reinforced body, so then it's like it's some stuff there. There's some stuff there, and he's for like the North Blue ties again, but I gotta end this early.
I just thought of this though. Judge said something that like Sanji and his brothers and sisters was like his best experiment. So maybe Vergo and the soldiers that look like him, maybe that was an early experiment at first.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nah, I got in this early. I wish I could stay longer. Yonko, hopefully you can hop into another stream. I know a lot of people in the they want to ask you questions. I know a lot of people know about YonkouProductions. So yeah, we'll have another stream. I'm streaming again later. I know it's a time difference though. What time is it for you now?
It's pretty much like 9 a.m. almost.
So
it's 12 hours basically between us.
Oh damn. Yeah. So I'm streaming.
But yeah, congrats on 5K, Brago.
Yeah, for real, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, congrats on that, bro.
Y'all should
appreciate it, guys. I'm having the 5K stream later, and so everybody can jump in. It's gonna be open. So everybody can jump into that.
Just make sure
Hold on, time. I ain't hear no thank yous to Master J.
Yo.
This guy was applying to himself on Twitter today. I'm like,
You had him talking to himself on Twitter. I was like, what the fuck's going on here, man?
like, what is he talking about? And he's like, yo, I'm like, did I reply? I'm like, I didn't say anything. Like, what are you talking about? Yo, BC Pizarro 91 donated $10. He said, yo, just wanted to say, keep the good work. I'm learning a lot from listening to you guys on the streams. Hey, appreciate it, man. We definitely gonna keep it going. Like I said, they're streaming again in like 2 hours. So
2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll send you guys the link. So yeah, like the stream. We have 70 dislikes. Shout out to
wow.
Shout out to shout out to road to 100K dislikes. 100 dislikes.
But I just want to say this: like, there's 145 people in here. How are you lots letting the dislikes win like this?
You know what's funny? 100 road to 100K. This was last night, right? Road to 100K last night. We got to 120 dislikes, right? And then he was like, "Yo, chill. I got you. They're gonna turn to likes in a bit." So then, then it went from like 116 dislikes, but that in essence made people like the stream more because of all the dislikes. So I he may be on my side tonight. He may. You'll see.
At the end of the day, screw the haters, man. Do you? That's it.
Hey,
at least you're watching. You got.
I welcome it. I appreciate it.
Exactly. People watching.
I appreciate it, but we'll catch you guys in a bit or later. So, peace.
All right, later.